Oh, hello, this is the greatest 20-minute ramen of your life. 2 shallots, peeled, fine dice, in 7 cloves, garlic, fine chopped, 1-inch knob, ginger grated. Oh, little squishy. Pan, butter, in, melt it, brown it, a little bit of corn, in, salt to taste, stir till hot. That's a goddamn brown butter corn. Pot, a little bit of oil. Heat medium high. Half pound ground pork, in, sear, till brown, mash that up. Oh yeah. Place to the side, oil, sesame oil, vegetables in, saute 2 minutes. 1 tablespoon of sugar, spicy chili crisp, add your meat back, 1/4 cup miso. Stir, 1.5 quarts of chicken stock, and 1 tablespoon of handashi. Once that starts to simmer, cut the heat. Water, boil, ramen in. Drain that broth. Your nudes, green onion, eggs, Mama? How to make fried rice. I made a bigger mess than I thought I would. 3 eggs. Non-stick pan. Half a tablespoon of oil. Medium heat. A little bit of salt. Beat together. Add in your eggs. Bring in the sides. Until scrambled. Place to the side. Small bowl. 4 cloves of garlic grated. 1 tablespoon of ginger grated. 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. 1.5 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Good little mix. Oof. A bunch of green onions. Cut into 1-inch pieces. Large pan. 1.5 tablespoons of oil. Medium-high heat. Once your pan's hot, add your green onions. Let that sear. Once you get some nice browning, transfer to a bowl. 1 diced carrot. Cook that until softened. 4 cups of leftover rice. Your charred green onion. And your special sauce. Stir together. 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Here's your scrambled egg. Stir one more time. A little bit of green onion. Yes, sir. It's the type of stuff that'll make you risk it all. Ratatouille. 3 shallots, 3 cloves of garlic, 2 bell peppers. Chop them up, brother. Hot. Under that layer olive oil. Over medium heat. Once it's hot, shallots, bell peppers, and your garlic. Damn it. Season with salt. Give a little stir. 1 bunch of thyme. Cook that till softened. 28-ounce can of crushed tomato, more salt, fresh cracked black pepper. Bring it to a light simmer and simmer 15 minutes. Take out your thyme, a little extra olive oil. Blend that together until a touch smoother. 2 large zucchini. 2 thick yellow squash. 2 PP emoji. 5 Roma tomatoes. Slice them all nice and thin. The sauce. Spread it out. Eggplant. Yellow squash. Tomato. Zucchini. So it looks like this. Drizzle with olive oil. Flaky salt. Into the oven at 375 for 45 minutes. Get out of the oven. Let this bad boy cool. I forgot to buy chives, so we're gonna use this parsley stem. Okay, so y'all are asking for fried chicken, but you didn't say which kind. I think we should do something special. Start with some chicken breast. Put that on a layer of plastic wrap. Chicken, another layer of plastic wrap. Ain't that big. 1/2 inch thick. Repeat with all your chicken. Season both sides with salt. In 3 separate containers. 3 eggs. Splash of water. With a whisk. Whiskey business. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. 2 cups of panko breadcrumbs. Welcome to the breading station. Both sides in flour. Shake off excess. Then the egg. Both sides, obviously. And then cook well in panko. Look at that. Repeat with the rest. Deep skillet. High heat oil. 1/2 inch deep. Pan stove. A little over medium heat. Until the oil is hot at about 350 Fahrenheit. Carefully lay away from you. Fry that for 3 to 4 minutes. Flip and fry another 2 to 4 minutes. The wire rack. Now that is a crispy katsu sauce. That's looking about right, but I think we need a little extra. Oh yeah, we got the sauce. Yes, sir. Chicken tikka masala. Blender. 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds. 1 teaspoon of cumin. Blend. Then you get a powder. 2-inch knob of ginger. 7 cloves of garlic. 1 teaspoon of turmeric. 1 tablespoon of garam masala. 1 red Fresno chili. 1/4 cup of water. Take it a nice smooth paste. 1.5 pounds chicken thigh. Cut into bite-sized pieces. Bowl. 1 cup of yogurt in. 2 teaspoons of salt. 2 tablespoons of your tikka paste. Whiskey business. Chicken in. Mix that together. Cover. Marinate at least 1 hour or overnight. Large pan. 2.5 tablespoons of oil. Medium high. That's nice and hot. Add your chicken. Sear for 2 to 3 minutes. Flip 2 to 3 more minutes. Remove from the pan. Add 4 tablespoons of butter. 1 diced onion. Tablespoon of paprika. Tikka paste. Cook for about 3 minutes. Add 1 can of crushed tomatoes. Mix together. Let that simmer and reduce by about half. 1 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Mix together to the simmer. Reduce by half to salt. Add your chicken. Keep simmering until chicken is cooked. Rice. Chicken tikka. Fresno chilies. Fresh cilantro. Ooh, shit.
If you've never had coconut rice in a savory dish before, then this is your sign to try it. It's nutty, rich, and the perfect balance of sweet and salty. First thing you're gonna do is rinse your rice really well, then toast your garlic in some coconut oil and butter. Then add some coconut milk, water, sugar, salt, and some jasmine rice. Cover and let it cook for 15 minutes, then let it steam for 10 minutes. Take the lid off and you'll see just how fluffy the rice turns out every single time. I served it with some honey jalapeno chicken and it was the perfect balance of flavors and an amazing easy dinner.
Bismillah. Okay, we're gonna add some water, just a little bit. 2 tablespoons of yeast, just because I want this process to speed up. I'm gonna give it a good mix and let it sit aside until my yeast wakes up. All right, our yeast has waken up. I'm going to use 5 cups of all-purpose flour, sugar, 2 tablespoons, 1 tablespoon of salt, 3 tablespoons olive oil. You can also use regular oil. I have 2 cups of warm water. You can use more or less as needed. You can add any spices of your choice to the sauce, tomato sauce. I got garlic, oregano, basil, and chive, and salt and pepper. Plenty of cheese.
How to make mapo tofu. Ground pork or chicken. Saute together for 2 to 3 minutes. And minced garlic. White parts of the green onion. Saute together for 1 to 2 minutes. Added shiitake mushroom. 1 to 2 minutes. Lee Kum-Kee premium soy sauce. Spicy douban sauce. Teaspoon of Sichuan pepper. Saute together for another 1 to 2 minutes. Tofu. Mix together. Add in water or chicken stock. Simmer for 3 to 5 minutes. Add in cornstarch and water mixture. Simmer for another 1 to 2 minutes. Look at that.
Let me show you my favorite way to make spicy, ultra comforting mapo tofu. Cut your tofu into 1/2 inch or 1 inch cubes and blanch for 2 to 3 minutes in salted water. Drain and set that aside, then fry your ground pork over high heat until the fat has rendered and is slightly crisp. Add doubanjiang, garlic, and ginger and cook to extract the oils from the chili paste. Then add your final seasonings along with chicken stock. Mix, then add back your tofu and simmer for a few minutes. Finally, add a cornstarch slurry to thicken and enjoy.
Truly authentic, scorching hot mapo tofu.
First thing we're gonna do is dice some onion, mince some garlic and ginger. Treat our tofu in hot water and salt. Then we gotta concoct our perfect spicy sauce. Woo! Let's get to it. We're gonna first cook off our ginger and garlic, then we're gonna add in the onions and some ground pork. Then add the sauce, bring out all that flavor, and pour some water in. Drop in the tofu and just let that simmer for about 15 minutes. Then we're gonna add in our cornstarch slurry, and this will thicken it up and just make you feel like a true Chinese chef. It's glorious. Top it off with some scallions, Sichuan peppercorn, and some hot oil. Ooh, and that's just gonna bring out that sensational baobei flavor. Yum, 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 yum.
This filling recipe applies to all Chinese food that's stuffed. Soak the bellow spices in boiled water. Water cooled, pour into ground meat in multiple times whilst stirring. Add bellow condiment into filling. Must stir in one direction till it becomes sticky. Finally, top with the minced scallion and pour hot oil. Mix well.
I'm gonna show you one of the greatest condiments ever. Chili oil. Sauce pot. 1 quart of vegetable oil. 5 star anise. 4 black cardamom. 1/2 cup Sichuan peppercorn. 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds. 1 cinnamon stick. 2 bay leaves. 2 shallots. Cut in half. Peeled. 4 cloves of garlic. Peeled. Lightly crushed. In. On the stove. Heat medium low. Maintain at 225 for about 1 hour. 1 cup of Sichuan chili flakes, 2 teaspoons of salt, whisk, 1 tablespoon of black vinegar, and place to the side. Turn the heat up. Once it reaches 300, strain into your chili flakes. Oh, brother. Add 1 tablespoon of sesame oil and stir. This is very hot, so let it cool completely. Pour into a jar and store in the fridge. Use it on some nice dumplings. Don't be shy. Ooh, buddy, let me tell you something. That is a spicy meatball. The world's easiest caramel sauce. Saucepan, 1 cup of sugar, little over medium heat. Maybe don't forget your half teaspoon of salt.
Where's my goddamn whisk?
Let that heat, shaking the pan occasionally until completely melted. 4 tablespoons of butter. Don't you dare stop, you keep on whisking. And once it's mixed, add half a cup of cream. Keep on whisking that, maybe not so close to your face though. Now once the bubbles look like that, pour that into a nice little jar. Let it cool to room temperature. Sheesh. Then just use it however you like. Store in the fridge for 2 to 3 weeks.
I realized I keep using this caramel, but I don't think I ever showed you how I make it. So yeah, let me show you. So I start by heating the sugar. I prefer making caramel this way instead of the other way, you know, like the water and sugar way, because, well, I don't have a reason, okay? But yeah, I heat sugar on low heat while stirring until it all melts and turns a caramelly. You want to make sure the cream you add is hot. Oh, also side notes, you know this steam that comes out when making caramel? No one ever talks about how this burns your hand. And before someone says I never have that problem, do not try to diminish my experience. But anyways, I added butter, then some vanilla and salt, and that is pretty much it.
It's my daughter's birthday, so we're gonna make Dole Whips. Did I buy this machine just for that sole purpose? Absolutely I did. Here we go. I got this Cuisinart soft serve maker, got it on Amazon. Got this Dole Whip soft serve mix. It is the exact same one that they use at Disney World, so if you're looking, this is how you're gonna make them. This is intended to go into like a big industrial sized machine, but I'm gonna show you how to do it at home. Oh, and there's 72 servings in that bag, so it'll last you a while. My pitcher, I put 2 1/3 cup of water. You can use a bowl or a pitcher. I like to use a pitcher because it is easier to pour into the machine. I just opened the bag and it smells just like a Dole Whip. You're gonna scoop out 1 1/3 cup of the mix and add it into the bowl with your water. You're going to mix this all together until there are no more lumps. Place our bowl or pitcher in the fridge and let it chill there for about 15, 20, 30 minutes tops. You decide. It is now all chilled and I'm pouring it into the machine. So now we are just letting the machine do its magic. Takes about 20 to 30 minutes. I would keep an eye on it because you want it to be the right consistency. Once it looks like this, you're ready to go. Ready to serve.
Okay, everyone keeps asking, you want cinnamon rolls? I'll give you the best you've ever had. Half a cup of milk, about 98 degrees Fahrenheit. 2 1/2 teaspoons of instant yeast. Give that a little mix. Let that sit 10 minutes. 3 cups of all-purpose flour. 3 tablespoons of sugar. Half a teaspoon of salt. Add your milk and yeast mixture. 2 room temperature eggs. 2 1/2 tablespoons of water. Mix for 5 minutes. 3 1/2 tablespoons unsalted butter. 5 more minutes. Shape that into a ball. Grease bowl in. Wet towel. 1.5 hours. Or until doubled. Mad thick. Okay, don't punch it down. Flour work surface. Your dough out. Half a cup dark brown sugar. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Mix that up. Flour the top. Roll your dough into an 18-inch rectangle. Melted butter. Put on your sugar mixture. Rolling it up. Your dough into 9 equal pieces. Evenly spaced apart. Wet towel 30 minutes. In the oven. Make it 350 degrees Fahrenheit. 20 to 25 minutes. Let it cool to room temp. Just glaze those buns. Yeah. Yes. Glazed top, caramelized bottom. This is how you make the greatest. Like burgers, but you don't make your own buns? Get the fuck out of here. Half cup of milk and a half cup of water. 2 1/2 teaspoons of yeast. Let that brother rest. 3 1/2 cups of bread flour. 2 teaspoons of sugar. 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. Give a little mix. Medium low. Add 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. 1 whole egg. 1 egg yolk. Let that mix for about 5 minutes. So you get a nice smooth dough. Yeah, you like that? Alright, that's enough. Grease a bowl. Shape into a ball. Let that rise at room temp for 1 hour. Oh, he's a big boy. And divide 9 even pieces. Then roll around so you get a ball. A parchment lined baking sheet. Cover with another baking sheet. Proof. Brush your balls with 1 beaten egg into the oven. 375. Pull them out and brush with melted butter. We should all be making our own McGriddle. 1 cup maple syrup. Boil around 265. Baking sheet. Silicone. Maple syrup. Spread. Cool to room temp. Look at that. Cut off a piece and roll into little balls. Bowl. 1.5 cups of flour. 1 tablespoon of sugar. 1 teaspoon of salt. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1.5 cups of mommy's milk. 1 egg. 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Combine. Should look like this. Flat top. 4-inch ring mold. Grease. Butter it up. Batter in. Maple balls. Submerge. Bowl. 2 minutes. Remove. Flip. Woo! Yeah. Pockets of maple. Here's how to use it. Cheese. Sausage. Egg. Top bun. Oh, brother. Good lord. Oh my god.
Next on my favorite Korean street foods is kilgori toast, which means street toast. It's a crispy, buttery, sweet and savory omelet sandwich that is sometimes served in cups. The omelet is made with crunchy vegetables like cabbage, onion, carrots, and green onion. Sometimes they have meat. I'm adding Spam to mine, and it's lightly seasoned with salt and mixed together. You can use regular sandwich bread, but kilgori toast is usually made with milk bread, toasted in butter until it takes on a beautiful color and becomes nice and crispy on both sides. The omelet is also pan-fried in butter. Pour the mix into the pan, making a rectangle shape that is the same size as 2 slices of bread. Then when it starts to take shape, split it in half. Flip them over and add cheese to 1/2. Then when the bottom sides are done cooking, layer 1 piece on top of the cheese. To finish making the sandwich, sprinkle some sugar on top of the omelet. I know this sounds weird, but trust me, don't skip the sugar. Then add some ketchup and Kewpie mayo, and I like to add Tabasco to mine, but this is not a traditional ingredient. These are usually served in cups or rolled in aluminum foil, making it really easy to eat on the go. To celebrate the release of Disney Pixar's Turning Bread, today we're making Lai Wang Bao, or custard steamed buns, inspired by Panda Mate. I haven't shared much about myself on TikTok before, but as a Chinese Australian, I found myself resonating with May throughout her journey. Growing up in Australia, it reminded me a lot of my own childhood, where I struggled with balancing my Australian and Chinese identity. For me though, making and eating bao has always reminded me of happy memories of going to Yum Cha and spending time with family. And since Lai Wang Bao were one of my favourite Chinese dishes as a child, today I'm making them with a bit of a Panda Mate twist. So here I'm just splitting the orange dough into 6 portions and placing a ball of filling into each. You want to pinch the seam shut and rotate the dough between your hands to create a round shape. Using a bit of milk, you can attach the ears and facial details. Cover and let the buns rest for at least 30 minutes before steaming for 18 minutes.
Who wants a mochi? How about a pink mochi made with real strawberries? Blend the strawberry, milk and sugar into juice. Mix with glutinous rice flour and cornstarch. Cover with a plastic wrap. Poke some holes and microwave for 4 minutes. While it's still hot, rub in some butter or coconut oil. Knead the dough until you can pull it as long as your cat. See, I made a bubble.
Poke it, poke it.
Apply some cooked glutinous rice flour. Cut the dough into 8 portions. Fill with whipped cream and homemade strawberry jam. Wrap it up and keep in the freezer for at least 20 minutes. Here comes my coffee table from Costaway. Very pretty and good timing for my afternoon tea.
Let's make some crepes. For the batter, add flour, eggs, water, milk, and melted butter to a blender and blend for at least 5 seconds. Now grease a pan with some butter on medium heat. Pour a little bit of your batter and then swirl until the batter thinly covers the pan. Cook for about a minute, then flip and cook for another minute. Now you have a crepe. I like to fill mine with Nutella, banana, whipped cream, strawberries, and powdered sugar. Hope you enjoy!
Cinnamon roll meets cookie in this ultimate cozy treat you have to make. Start out by creaming together white sugar, brown sugar, and butter. I'm using my favorite challenge unsalted butter to make these cookies super rich and moist, which is exactly what you need in the perfect cookie. Then we're going to whisk together all our dry ingredients, combine it with the wet, and then you'll have your dough. We're going to use more butter to make the brown sugar cinnamon filling, then roll out the dough, spread that, roll it up, and then after it's chilled, we're going to slice it. Make sure the dough has chilled before you pop it in the oven, then we'll whip up a quick vanilla glaze and drizzle that on top after they cool down. They turn out so ooey and gooey, and it's somewhere between a cinnamon roll and a snickerdoodle. so if you love cinnamon, you definitely have to try these. The best chocolate chip cookie recipe you'll ever try, and if you're impatient like me, don't worry, you don't have to chill the dough in the freezer. Start off by browning your butter, which is going to make your whole house smell like a bakery, and then after it cools, add the brown sugar and white sugar and combine. Then add in an egg and 2 yolks along with the vanilla extract and mix until you have a thick caramel consistency. For the dry ingredients, you'll whisk together flour, baking soda, and salt and combine that with the wet using a rubber spatula until you have a dough. Sneak in a taste of the cookie dough and then add in your semi-sweet and milk chocolate. Mix that together, let the dough rest, scoop it, and then pop it in the oven to bake. The edges are crispy, there's pools of chocolate, and the center is so chewy. All that's left to do is enjoy with a glass of milk.